Yeah. What's up? I am mute. All right, a few things I wanted to try. Writing some notes to myself here. So there was something I was thinking. I can make a second rig or some sort of deformer to quickly edit the shape of an existing. So like, I'm actually going to test that first, and then we'll start making a werewolf. But for this character, it'd be nice to work on something that already has shape keys. Okay, so for Avatar, how would I want to deform it? So let's definitely a little bit more complicated than I would like it to be at the start. Hello, Arctic. But if we save the shape keys into an offset, so I guess if I had this character here, hello, pop star. Actually, can I just sculpt it directly? What happens if I do, say, grab? It's gonna look really odd. Something like that. And then oh, let me make the shape keys first. But I'm doing quite well. Thank you for asking, Popstar. How are you doing? Let's try that again. I see. Oh, oh snap, that's easy. Gonna be watching a series of videos back to learn all those neat little tricks. Well, thank you. Well, good. Definitely let me know if you have any questions. We're just kind of farting around right now with just testing some stuff. Oh. We'll just separate. That's quite a different look. But it should all work. Oh, maybe not. But if I turn on the basis, and then go in and... How could I hide that? Or... There we go. Um, oh, shit. Okay, let's back up a second. Need to make sure I've got... a topology mirror? What's interesting is that the mouth seems to work for the most part. Right out the gate. I could make a pretty different character just from this. I'm not afraid of losing any of my work right now because I can always recreate it. I suppose this is exactly how like The Sims and stuff does it. Whoa. Terrifying. Really, these eyelashes are quite difficult to work with. Got to shame myself. Actually, time to get my summer coat. You got a summer coat. Is your fur coming in? There. Oh, gotcha. I see what you mean. Yes. Yeah, I'm buzzed and ready for it to be warm again. Where'd my cable go? There it is. Hello, Zach. Welcome. Think that looks pretty different. They're very similar looking if you know what you're looking for. But overall, I like that. Well, this makes me feel a little bit better about this one should have my shape keys. Oh. Oops. Oh, oh. Huh, pretty cool. Hmm. Can't really make her frown though. Ooh. Unfortunate all of her teeth got smushed around though. But I suppose they need to be. Okay, well, this is cool. Then I think I could pretty easily create 4 or 5 different variants of one character. Um, let's say simply sculpting. It's also very useful. I could probably save the deformation or transfer it via geo. Here's a question. With Yuku paint, so let's say our hair here. We're gonna make a new material from that hair. Go to, well, we have to install it. Save this. I'm just going to reopen the file. It's fascinating that as long as I move the lips together, one to one, then the mouth will always open and close correctly. As long as I can do the same with the eyes, then we're doing super good. I think I do need to just get used to masking when doing this kind of workflow. Probably remove the hair as well. Cool. Okay, but with Yuku Paint, I have no hair. And if I went quick node setup, sure. So we got our hair. Looks pretty good. But we could do some edits to it, like solid color. We'll set it to overlay. And I don't know. Something like that. As long as I had a mask for the eye. Wow, there's no really real reason to change the eye color that way. Well, again, it's just because it's so fast. Okay. Um, All right, everyone, I'm back. Sorry, I had to step away for a second. Hello, Frank, and hello, Logan. DM'd you the testing stuff you need to know about. Perfect. Right. And thank you, Logan. I'm excited. We'll be able to make some quick variants of these characters. Hopefully the the washing machine's not coming through too strong right now, but um, super pumped about this. I'm gonna think about that.
I don't know if it's
Yeah, I'm guessing it's tonight.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah. Did I name her Emaciated? Okay, so okay, yeah. So here's the version I just exported. And if I say extract textures, I can't tell if it inherited any of the color changes I did here. It does look a little different, but not as dark, that's for sure. So that makes me a little sad because I was kind of hoping that would work. That should be able to work. Let's review. Gotta stop biting my cheek. I skipped lunch today, so I'm hungry. I'm hungry! Bake to layer, trim, bake channels. Is there a search for this? That would be great. Channel baking is more blah 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 blah. Layers. Baking channels you can paint. It's easy. You can go to the You Could Paint special menu. You can find the gear icon. Hit them. Blah 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 blah. And does it update that? Use baked. Ooh. Okay. So if we go back here and I take the hair I was working on and I say bake color channel 2048. Use GPU because it should be a little bit faster. Okay. Well, it certainly takes some time. Please tell me I didn't crash. The music died down right when I did that, so it scared me. Come on, Blender. All right. So now, do I need that? That looks exactly the same as before. Let's just update normal Nora right now. Like we lost some detail here. I can't tell why. It has some skin texture, but you don't. Okay, so the question right now is why isn't this? Okay, that's super useful. Once it loads, we'll do that. Maybe next time we'll choose the CPU because it's taking 1,000,000 years. Loading, y'all. I really don't think it should be taking this long. There we go. Okay. But now we can say save all baked image copies. Ooh. To Ooh. Okay. Interesting. It didn't. It only baked what there was mesh for. That makes sense. Is there an alpha channel? Hmm. I feel like it's so close. Must be there. Maybe it's the material type that's the issue. We'll do Poyomi. So clearly the color we baked doesn't have an alpha channel. Alpha is transparency. Fine. Nope. A little bit of cheating, but I said from grayscale. So is it really this red in here? Look very red here. Oh, I guess it is. All right, but that means we can make some edits to the hair in a very straightforward manner. I really don't need any of these other channels. I just need the baked hair. And we're going to go back to using nodes. We're just using overlay. Uh, oh, I see. Wait, do I see? Why is it still red? It shouldn't be. Should be red at all. Oh, I'm not in material view. I can't actually see what's happening. But this lighting is pretty rough. Let's re-enable. Oh. Do purple. We can do a color ramp. Layer source. Okay, I think I'm getting a little stuck on the Yuku painter thing. If I just want to make some edits for the hair, I can just open Krita, edit the hair. We're good to go. That's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna get some stocks. Okay, welcome. So, this is a nice little test. Let's delete her. Doing some texturing, working on some stained glass looking stuff for the double doors on my key, the big double doors. Whoa, that's awesome. That looks really cool. I'm getting major Redwall vibes. Gonna shove my cats in as many places as possible. Oh, how cute. So we actually are gonna want naming conventions in Blender are annoying. So I can't have multiple objects that are called body, which is a little silly, in my opinion. So that changes kind of how we can assemble certain things. Now, what I want is to be able to include excuse me, is to have certain things be already separate. Because we need a version of the body where the shape keys are baked, the hair is separate. So we'll call them the baked layer. So let's do, pull these out, and we're going to call these baked. Yeah. Should work really nicely, but definitely some things to figure out. But we're going to body baked right here. We want the body. We want a baked version of the body. This could get really interesting. I have to think this through, but because I set up my workflow to work a certain way, now I'm kind of going back and retrofitting it. So baked is where we're going to be when we're ready to make a variant. I don't want the eyes or the hair included in this version. Not right now, not yet. So we update that. It should be just the body, no eyes. We're also going to want to disclude the teeth. it's hair gen meshed. But for the body, we actually... Okay, we're gonna have to... Let's reorganize the hair really quick. It's a little confusing in here. First, we have this old hair test. We can get rid of that. We can get rid of this one. This one, I'm not going to use brooms anymore because it's a waste of time. Well, it's kind of cool. Okay, hopefully that naming convention is not terribly confusing. But now, in the baked section, we're going to include the hair low poly head. I guess the eyes can just go right in here because they're just chilling. We do need the teeth to be separate. Just didn't do, but not too bad actually. The body baked will be body made. So I guess what we could do is we could be smart about this. So why am I doing all this? Because we're going to bake the shape keys onto the body. Bake the shape keys onto the body, and then we can sculpt out a different version of this character. We can get a lot of variation for just this character. We have like the base. So if this character is Nora, we have base baked Nora, and then we can make variants of Nora from that. So she's, the source file, parent file, and then child variants. Yeah, and the really cool part is because the shape keys are in there, it just saves me a ton of time because everything's going to be rigged already. Oh, sorry, getting a call for 1 second. All right, I'm back, everyone. Sorry for the delay. A lot of coordination going on. And we'll fix my camera. There we go. All right. So again, we're gonna have the baked version. We got all the shape keys in it already. We're gonna spend some time right now working on updating my add-on, because what I want to be able to do is basically one click. Oh yeah, for rapid update, maybe what we'll do is that'd be cool. Is we could put in text files. Boom, boom, boom. Just like we have collections, we can put in text files, and then we can just plug in some custom functionality in there, like hey, read this text, and then execute it or something like that. Okay. Um, yeah, let's go to the rapid update add-on, this file, and we're gonna ask. For a Blender add-on, can we run arbitrary Python code out of a text file? Let's switch this back to just standard Claude. That seems to be really slow. Okay, for the rapid update add-on, I want to include an additional checkbox like the current collection one, but for text files. Hello, Lucid Fur. Welcome. Did it update? I really didn't see. Let's update cursor really quick. How's your day going, Lucid Fur? Nice. So go here. We're going to go to File, or Edit, Preferences, Rapid Update. Uninstall. Install. Can I just make the zip right here? No. Boom. I do not see any slot to add a text. Oh! Accept that. Hmm. I backed it up pretty well. I really need to get some versioning stuff on here. Ah. These changes should be done to add on here. Go to Composer. Can I clear this chat? There we go. Take this add-on and add the ability to it's perfect. If it hasn't been updated yet, then let's make sure we archive this. V3. Right there. Okay. 2. Add text files. Just as we have slots to add collections, I also want slots. Let's save that. Now to zip, Blendor, uninstall, install. Ooh. See, doesn't that look sexy? Okay, so we can add scripts, and I want to do my shape key baker. So now, after it compiles it, it will run this script, which will bake my shape keys. Well, that's the hope. Probably it's going to have the wrong object selected afterwards, so. I don't see no shape keys. All right, but it doesn't look like it broke anything, thankfully. Let's try it one more time. Oh. What did I select? I see. There we go. Oh, that's the mouth closed one. Ah, I'm running the wrong script. Do ARKit Baker, please. Oh, now that's useful. So now I can just arbitrarily update my script at any time. I love coding. So good. Okay, so we have the baked, we have the eyes. We're just gonna put baked because that's where we want things. You're missing a collection. That's wrong one. Beautiful. Right now it's not including the teeth. That is, unfortunately, a problem. Okay, how many times can I redo the same chunk of work? cool. Now the thing about this hair, though, so we want the hair for the body is always going to be there, but for the hair, other hair, this is really just one version of it. So hair one and hair one components. I don't need this anymore. This can go here. This will be hair one finished. Probably is a better way to organize that, but we'll do that for now, because then I can just duplicate the collection. This does not need a hair base. Take the mesh, makes the curves. We then feed these curves into here. All right, but now that means we can change our hair, because we have hair one, which is great. Now we can do hair two. And this is Nora baked. Oh my goodness. Hey. Why is it so grungy? Is that just the modifier on it? Good thing I'm only doing the line work because I noticed the white icons on Procreate are looking orange. My iPad has decided to enable some sort of flux screen thingamabob without telling me. Excuse me. Classic Windows. Oh, no, sorry, your iPad. Classic Apple. Oh, stupid haircut, but whatever. No offense to anyone out there who has any haircut resembling what I'm doing right now. I'm more upset at what it's looking like than anything else. Cool, it's a Tifa. Can I set attributes in edit mode? Oh, that would be incredibly useful. Because we do have attributes here. For vertex groups, can I set it to something ridiculous? Let's say strand. Like if I select this, I do 28. I can only go to 1. But, okay. There's no reason I can't have multiple hair grooms. And this, what does this take? What do I feed this? I feed this a mesh. Mesh to curves. Go to GeoNodes. And I would much rather use a collection. That way, I can keep the curves out here, and we can do meshes here. And then take this. Feed that in. Oh, that doesn't quite help, does it? I have the right idea, but I'm in the wrong spot. Hair curves to mesh. Be a lot simpler if I could just set an attribute in edit mode. That'd be really nice. Blender set attribute in edit mode. Okay. So edit mode mesh set attribute. Awesome. Okay, well, that's exactly what I want. So we'll just make on here an attribute called strand mount. Vertex float. Perfect. And down here, mesh set attribute, we'll say 30. Then here, four. Okay. So that's pretty cool. Now we want to go to our generated curves. And right now we're using this value here, input curve resample. That's my curve mesh line density. That's what we want. And mesh line density is an integer. If we set it to a float, then Why does this one have this button here? I want a button like that. What do I do? We'll call this mesh line density. And we can plug that right in. Oh. The issue is where it's going, which is an integer. We'll do a float here. And another float here. I don't think that'll work because it's still a single value. It goes here, mesh line amount. Okay. So instead of doing it this way, we have the mesh already. And so what we want is a statistic, or we would actually get that from over here. We get a statistic. And what would that be? That would be our attribute, strand amount. We'll put here. And we can get out of that nothing. That doesn't help at all. Okay. Undo, undo, undo. Or I wouldn't do that here. I do want to be able to control it. It's just too useful. Would have to happen here. So we would take the rubbing my head for good luck. Because right now we're here, we've separated it. So now we can get the statistic. So now we're back to what was working before, which is this can go over here. But here we need the stat. What is that stat? It's going to be our named attribute, strand amount. We're going to get the maximum value and plug it in here. And it works. Looks like we need to switch it up a little and get our curve tilt in here. So we have this, or yeah, I think we'd still want it down there. So let me detach this. Go down here, here. So we set the radius. Then we also want to set the tilt by sampling the geometry. And that way it's not sampling any other mesh. It's sampling the mesh that the strands are being generated on. Beautiful, powerful, perfection. Now we're going to do a few other things here. First, we're going to take the attribute. We'll call this strand amount attribute name. What's going on here? It's spinning. Okay, that is better. All right. Yeah, and kind of an odd haircut, but I think it's looking pretty good. It's a pretty significant amount of vertices though. All right, time for me to get some food, sort of have a nice rest of your day. Same to you, Arctic. Good work on your castle. Looking forward to seeing it. And great job on that sustained class. It's super cool. We'll catch you later and enjoy your day. Oh, it has not been unwrapped. Actually, the size shouldn't matter. It just needs to be straight. Then everything else is fine. Still very uniform, which is annoying. Um, I think halfway seems pretty good. Wonder fudge. Alright, next time I'll do 2 strips for something like that, rather than trying to make it one big chunky strip. Alright. That was one test That hair definitely took me a lot longer than I expected. Where did this take the hair? It's unselected. Or unselectable. I'm back. It was really cold. I had to turn off the AC. Freeze. What? Okay, so hello, Mr. Swidly Cola. Looks like a cool rig. It's animatable. Yes. So I'm basically spending a lot of time figuring out how to make NPCs or just like side characters really quick. And that'll help me in a lot of ways. So we made this character recently, but what I've realized is that I can do stuff like let's put the rig at the bottom. I can do stuff like take the character. This should be fine to do, hopefully. But I go in. The character's already baked, so we can then do the grab tool. I can start editing the character wherever I want. I'll do something. This. The eyes are I'm gonna leave the eyes in the same spot. Lips a little bit tighter. But just kind of go in, change the look of her quite a bit. Let's do something to this effect. Give her some like snooty, maybe like a little snooty look. Boom. Anyway, but just like generally making a character variation. And the teeth are in there and they're getting smooshed around. I'll have to find a better way to fix the teeth. But generally, I can then go here, turn off that original one, make this character. And now I have the emaciated version. And most importantly, it is ready to go. It's like make variations of the characters quite easily now. Oh, is it for a game? My hope is to. Something's weird there. Be able to sell these characters. Not necessarily for a specific game, but just for games in general. So become kind of like a character supplier in a way. O, I, A, U. Oh, that's kind of an odd example because it does look a little strange, but we're figuring out that workflow. It's gonna give me nice results. with relatively minimal work. So that's the emaciated version. That's cool. I'm trying to be a scripter and an animator, but animation is pretty hard. Animation is just straight up one of the more challenging things you can do. So don't beat yourself up too much because it is hard. It's hard. Let's update the character again. Thing broke here. It's because my procedural mesh has no attribute. Trying to be like a person that's cool at scripting, animation, and VFX. Started a month and a half ago. I'm getting better, just at a slower pace, I guess. It takes time. It's taken me many years to get to this point. Um, but as long as you're having fun and you keep it something that's enjoyable for yourself, then you'll be able to keep going. It really just takes being able to have fun with it. There we go. Okay. Now, I guess if I just had an exporter that removed, stripped off the .001s, that would be all I need to keep everything in one file and export everything from one file. So that would be nice. Let's also bring in our clothing. So we'll call this villager clothing. New file append. These ones should just be ready to go. All right, so now what I'll be able to do is switch to different versions and include different outfits when I'm exporting. The other thing's a little annoying because it's like crunchy. All right, our main issue so far. Let's go to cursor. Describe to me. I want to update my export settings so that any object when getting exported has the duplicate example. Copy one. Body. Thank you, Mr. Squidley. On export. Subscribe to me. Clarify. I want this script to run any time exporting an object. Only change object. I don't know if that's. I don't think that's correct. There was a version I was working on earlier. Looks a little haunted. But that is the point. It look kind of freaky. Pretty decent stuff. Still feel like there is a lot to change and tweak here on how I'm working. I was hoping this be a much cleaner process. Um, and it kind of is. Really, the naming is the most annoying part. Hair is too uniform. Pockets. So, up top, we have all of our. Up top, we have all of the pieces, the working pieces. This is what makes the character, which we then put into the baked folder. So that's where everything compiles. Everything goes down. Everything from up top here goes down into the baked. Oh. And then below that, what we're going to start doing is having different versions. So I'll have, these are all variants. So this is kind of the original one here. And then a bunch of different versions, including options for clothing. So put this here. So I could swap to, for example, I could do this version and include the clothing for her. Then we could do this version. I wonder if I should change their names. Call it Nora. I don't know. Should I give them unique names? That seems like a pain in the butt. All right, so this one we're gonna make bright blue. all of these ones. We're going to make yellow. Green. Sorry. Good. Blue, yellow, and then lastly. Clothing. I'm going to make another collection. This will be we'll call it working or source assets. And all of this should go in there. Including the baked version. So this is source assets. Everything that's used to make the character. We'll make that red. And we'll make a new collection. This will be body variants. Boom, boom. And then one more collection for outfits. Which we'll put there. And the bottom is just the rig exported. So, okay. Feels a little bit more organized, but still kind of feel like I'm going a little crazy. All right. I want to make another example of this. So I'm going to duplicate the collection. We'll call this Nora Angry Star. My tiny brain could never do this wonderful piece of artwork right here. Well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that, Mr. Squidley. Well, I certainly am trying to share what I know. As soon as my commissions settle down, I'm going to be starting a YouTube VR chat avatar tutorial series, which will go over how I create characters. So keep an eye out for that if you're interested. It'll be a little while, though. Don't want to promise it happening too quick. Excuse me. I am going to pull up the baked version. Oh, Nora. How about body source? That sounds clearer as to what's going on. Okay, I'm going to stop answering questions or comments from chat for just a moment. I'm going to do a little recording to summarize the work I did today because I'm about to end stream. So I'm going to basically do a little YouTube clip. Hopefully it won't take too long. And I want to show off some of the things I've been doing. So just a heads up, All right. So, I'll turn off the music. Hey there, everyone. It is February 26th, 2025, and we're going to go over some progress I've had on making variants of characters. So, obviously, this is a character we've been working on the last few weeks, and we've got a lot of work put into her. We made an outfit for her, and that looks pretty good. But what would be really nice is if we could just make variations of this character. And the really cool part of what I've learned today is that I can basically take a lot of the rigging, so facial animations, and just take that for free and bring it to the next character, which is super cool. It's going to save me just so much time. So let's show what I mean by that. Basically, we have the character as it currently is, and this is going to be our source file. So I've started organized my collection. It's going to look a little bit more like this moving forward. I'm sure it'll change again, but these are the source assets. So everything I use to make the characters, including the hair, the body, everything that's used to make this particular character. And we put that down into this body source file. The reason we're doing a source file is so I can edit the body without editing the eyes, because I'm going to do some sculpting on the body here in just a second to show this off. And I don't want to squish the eyeballs. There's a few other things that I'll need to refine about it, because it's going to kind of mush the teeth a little bit. So I have to find a nice solution for that down the road. But, and then once we've edited this, we save the variant into its own folder. So here's an example variant here with hair of, I'm calling her Nora Tall. And we're going to make Nora Stern in a second. So I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to flavor them naming wise to just make it a little bit clearer as to what changes I've made. So it's kind of an ambiguous way to approach it. So anyway, we're going to go here. I'm going to turn off the outfit really quick, and we're going to start sculpting character. So I can go ahead and let's make her just a little lower in the face. Maybe kind of like a dopey look. Just gonna do this tool, elastic grab, bring it down, and or you know what? I said stern for some of it before. Maybe that'll be a good one. Just so it's very similar to a lot of like character creators, but just much more manual than, or much more flexible than some of the standard character creators, obviously, because I'm in a mesh editing software. But do something like that, and maybe give her like a flat nose. Bring the chin in a little. So I would say it looking pretty different at this point. Okay. But again, the cool part. Step. She should have had shape keys beforehand. Should have baked it with shape keys. Why didn't it? I did it not, because I have the name of the armature different. All right, let's do it again. So update. We'll bring it back to the original version of the character, and we'll do another round of updating. Maybe we'll make her kind of expression a little bit more extreme. Come on, load. There we go. So back to that. This time she should have shape keys. Yes, she does. All right, so round two. But you can see how I can go back to the original version, sculpt out another version quite quickly. Yeah, we'll do something. Maybe she'll be like a aristocrat kind of style. Her nose real pointy. Kind of like a fable character. This kind of process where after I've done all the work making a body and then I'm just like kind of playing with it, is well suited for more stylized characters because you're not really going for realism, you're more going for variation. So yeah, we did something like that, and we can go in and all the blinks still work, all the different expressions that I've been looking to do. We'll see how that closes. Very cool, very useful, because that's exactly what I want. So I'm going to go to Nora Stern down here, and this character is inheriting the source body, which we just edited, and the eyes, and then one of the hair, which I may put down here. We'll see. But for now, hit update. Boom. And now I've saved that variant into its own version with these other versions here. And I did something kind of similar. And let's see if we have a different hairstyle in this character. So that way, we can start making a lot more variation a lot faster. And this isn't like, this is even way faster than my hour, my initial goal of an hour per character. I think once we have, it's going to be an hour per source character, and then perhaps 5 minutes per variation of that character. There's a few things I need to test when it comes to updating the names, because unfortunately in Blender, things can't share the same name. That is going to impinge upon our exporting ability. So there's some tweaks needed, some more scripting really, but it's pretty cool. And let's go back to Nora Stern. Sounds like a radio host. Show off my ability to okay, so yeah, something like that. Okay, and then really the only other thing that I worked on today was updating my add-on. So I went into Cursor here. We made a script where I can set it so when I update a character, like the source character here, it takes all the target collections of the body, the hair, which I actually don't want here on this one. But in the collections, and then I added this other section where I can put in a text file which will run a script. And I can add multiple scripts. So this will let me be really flexible where I can kind of do some post-processing. After I combine a character, I can do some post-processing steps, and it's very flexible. I don't have to rely on updating my add-on. I can just throw in any sort of script after updating the character, which is awesome. And yeah, and then we're actually going to update her right now. But in this case, what I do is I combine the body and then I have it run a script which bakes the shape keys for the character. So if I go to face rigging here, I have all these different expressions. That's what allows the face to move. And when we update, it bakes those, gives me that functionality. Yeah, that's pretty much it for today. I did a little bit of testing trying to get those variants. This was another variant I made. I think just goes to show how we can really expect to make tons of different types of characters. And that's not even getting onto how we can change complexions and yada, yada, yada. Yeah. I think we're going to be moving at light speed pretty soon. I still have to iron out a lot of these workflows, but once we have a source character, creating variants of that character should be rapid fire. Oh, actually, one more thing. I did also update my hair hair generators here. So for example, here. So we have the shape thing. This is a different hairstyle. We have the shape thing, so we can adjust it. Adjust it. Should be adjusting. Interesting. Oh, never mind. I'll just show you guys that again some other time. But now I'm able to select each strand of hair and then tell it how many of these curves it should generate per chunk, which is super nice because that way I can adapt things on the fly. A little more technical, but should give me a lot of control over the hair that I'm creating. Yeah. All right, we'll call it here. Thank you all for watching the video, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. And for everyone that is watching the stream, thank you all for hanging out. I hope you're all having an amazing Wednesday. Halfway through the week already. We're doing good. We got a commission done today. We made a really good breakthrough in how we can approach these characters here in Blender. We're going to be making tons of characters very soon, which is awesome. Very, very exciting. Anyway, enjoy your day. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. If you haven't yet, definitely subscribe, hit that follow, because I'm here every weekday making characters and lots of other stuff. So keep an eye out. Bye, everyone. Bye, Mr. Squidly. Nice to meet you. Bye, Arctic. Bye, Lucid. Anyone else that's lurking? Popstar, Lord Pepsi, Zach. Enjoy your day. See you soon.